Hello friends, welcome to my channel, a channel for learning simple coding. If you find this video to be helpful, please like, share and subscribe my channel. In previous video, we have learned how to fetch data at client component and we called it client side rendering. Now we are going to implement same concept in server side component also. So here I have a server component I have created in previous class. Here is a page.tsx in which we have this server component like this. So here I'm removing this client component. Now I'm going to use this server side component to fetch data at server side. Remember that, and that is called server side rendering. So I'm trying to do that. So for that I'm removing this client component. I doesn't require, and this is server component. We have used here use server here. And now we going to fetch the information. For fetching information, again, I need to create a variable here. Remember that. So I say here where, and here I say data, and that should be the array that I'm going to use it. This is an array that I'm going to use. Now what I do, I create a function. So I can create function here also. I say const, and here I say get data like this arrow function. Remember that. So I'm creating this function, and here I say async because we need to fetch information, and here I say where I say user data first of all, and I say fetch, and here I pass this API. So I copy this API and try to paste this inside this, you see. So this we have fetch here API, and I say await also here. I'm fetching data. After that I say where data equal to user data dot JSON, because data we need to fetch, and I need to say here await also this one, and we need to return a value from this. So I can put here return data like this. I use here fetching information return data. Now here I need to call that function and put data inside this, then I can use it. So here data is there, and I can call this function like this. I say data equal to get data function I'm calling, and remember that because this function async and await we are using, so that's why I need to put here async also like this. And we can do at server side. Remember that server side we can put async await also. So I say await also here like this. So data will come from this and it will transfer to this data variable. Now I can show this data inside this. So I say here user info like this, and inside this again I say h2, and here I pass data. So I say data like this. I'm passing this information. Save this. Remember that user information we have data I'm fetching from this. Now I'm doing the same task in server side, because server side we can't use hooks, so I'm using a simple variable here. Now go to this page and I just try to refresh it, and this is a client one taking a time. Now click on server also, and you will see server is also working, and it's saying something to me, object are not valid as a React child found with key like this. So we have to, what we have to do, we have to use JSON stringify also. Stringify, under this stringify I need to pass this data variable, otherwise it will show error. Now you see, once again we are refreshing it. You see it working now, no problem at all. Client component is also working. I click on server component. You see server component is also working. It's showing all the information as we have the information in client side also. But you see in server side we can use async await function like this, and we can call this function like this, and we can use this information here. Right now I'm using stringifier here to display information, but you can use table also. Within a table you can use map function to display information within a table. So you can do anything whatever you want, but the purpose here in this video to explain you how to fetch data at server side also. So this is the way to fetch data at server side, and remember that this concept is also called server side rendering, and we will use the same type of concept also in future videos to understand something new concept in Next.js. But here my purpose is to show you how to fetch data at server side. Remember that this is example related to that concept. Same example we will use also in future video to understand different concept of Next.js. If you like this video, if you understand something from this, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.